Hey, 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 everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? I'm waiting on Bruce. Bruce is our man on the street today. He is live at the courthouse for the Karen Reed verdict, checking out what's going on there and going to talk to some people, I think. So just like he said he would, he said if we were able to raise the money for the Florida attorney for Michelle, that he would go there, and he's there because we raised it. So he's there. He'll be popping on any second. So I just wanted to say hello. My voice sounds groggy. Believe it or not, guys, I have not slept. Lots of court stuff going on this morning. And so here I am. How are you guys? Who's here? Who's here? Hey, Ray said he'll be back. Hey, Jackie, Georgia, Hannah, Cow Crazy, Bobby Lawrence, George Lowe, Ren, good morning, good morning. Leslie B, good morning. How are you? I know, I need sleep. I messaged her. She's probably sleeping. Shut up, John Caps. What's going on? Hi, Betty D. I messaged Kendra. I don't know if she's awake or not. Like, you coming? Kristen, what is going on? Hello, hello. The cussing crafter, Ann. Hey, good morning, Ann. How you doing? How are you? So yeah, we're just waiting for Bruce. He's gonna walk around there. I've been watching the case on another channel. One channel's got just the fan showing again, and then there's another channel where people are walking around. There's people outside, just like Bruce. And so we'll see who he runs into and what the feel is over there and what these people are thinking, waiting for this verdict to pop up. Hey, cat lady, how are you? So what do you guys think? Innocent? Guilty? What do you think the verdict's going to be? What are we thinking? 1 for innocent, 2 for guilty. Hey, bearded fisherman, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. Hey, Christy Guest, how are you? One. Innocent. Yeah, I saw the polls that were on the other channels too, and everybody's saying it's like 80% innocent. So, hey, Patricia, how you doing? Betty D, what's going on? I'm okay, but I have been added to her crap talking. Uh-oh, who's crap talking? Wait a minute, who? Lordy. So many lies are like going all over the place since yesterday. What did she supposedly do? They're saying, hi, Noreen. They're saying that, her. Well, you know what? She seems to have a lot to say about everybody. I don't know what to say about that other than the fact that for someone who doesn't like people talking about people, she sure is doing a hell of a lot of it now, isn't she? Hey, Big C, how are you? Sheena, hello. Beverly Weir, good morning. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. John Cook, what's happening? Hey, little Brit. Yeah, I haven't looked. I saw something that said Tahoe on it. I knew exactly what she was referring to. And I haven't looked since because I just know I'm going to go off. And I said I wasn't going to. I think she's wrong for doing what she's doing. People have supported her from all these channels. And now she's just choosing to talk about them. And from what I understand, she's got people like Tug trying to say that we're bashing her. And she was a donor. Like, so now there's another donor that's getting bashed, which is not even true. And I don't know what she donated to, but she didn't donate here. So in this channel anyway, you know, but a lot of people, I promoted her. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. To me, she wants attention. She received a lot of attention from all of our channels. That's where the people are. And, you know, that's where they came from to watch her. Here he is, guys. Bruce, what is happening, Bruce?
Hey, I'm here in Dedham, Massachusetts, Norfolk Superior Court. Well, we're walking now, and you'll be able to get the effect of, you know, entering the circus.
Cool, very cool.
Can you hear okay?
Peeps here. Yeah, I hear you great. The only
It'll
thing
be
is
noisy when we get closer. We'll try to talk to people. Tom will hold the camera, and get some viewpoints.
Let me see if I get solo layout. There we go. It doesn't make you bigger though. That's the problem. I wanted to make you like full screen, and it doesn't do that. So I don't know.
Is that because I'm back camera or?
I don't think so because it was doing it before you switched the view.
Yeah.
If you turn your camera landscape, that might help.
Let's see.
If I turn it. Now it actually goes to a circle, but that could be me. Hold on a second. That could be me. Let me see.
Well, you can also just zoom in on the window with the camera.
Oh, that's bigger. That shows you bigger. Hey, Bruce, what's going on? I see you now. Hey. Hi, Toma.
Scan the.
Hi.
Hey, Kitty Mama Kim. Hello. Bobby Lawrence. Hello. Big C. Bud Light. What's going on? Look at Bruce. Wow, it's a nice area now. Looks pretty.
Following this handsome man. Let's see
Right?
where he goes.
Yeah, the news truck.
Yeah, there's all the news checks there. Is there a lot of people there, Toma?
Yeah, a lot.
Hi, Kim. Yeah, nice suit.
You'll see soon the crowd.
Wow. I don't know. Do they think the verdict's going to come in today or what? What do we think?
What do you think, Bruce, about the verdict?
Oh, I see where it's all at. I see all the people over there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. I was just telling everybody, Toma, that a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing on other channels, like they've done polls and stuff, and it's like 80% people think that she's going to be innocent.
Oh, let's pray for that.
Yeah.
And when you see that huge support, like it can't be otherwise. And you see everybody is wearing pink in support for her.
Yeah. That's cool.
Hi. See what I want. And my boss. Hello.
This is the registry of deeds. The courthouse is across there where the jury is.
Oh, right on. Okay. Cool. So they're making everybody stand across the street.
I lost him.
What does that say? Try that is a small time. What does it say?
Yeah.
Do they have tents set up?
Sorry?
I was looking to see if they had tents set up. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're also on the other side of the street too.
Yeah, they set up chairs since early morning, so we can go up there.
Wow.
The car is up there. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it gets bigger and bigger.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
Hi, everybody in the chat.
For those of you just arriving, Bruce is at the Karen Reed courthouse waiting for the verdict, and he's walking through. He's our man on the street today. And Toma is on the camera.
Yep. So here you go.
What does that say? Free Karen Reed. Cool. Very cool.
Hey,
Oh, look at that. Tamara. That's cool.
We'll talk to some people we spoke with.
Yep. These are my friends in Arizona and Virginia.
So we already like arranged with a few people in advance to come up and speak to them. So we'll find them now.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Don't get run over.
I want to show this cute dog.
Aw.
Oh,
Remember it?
sorry, that was.
We had a little doggy incident just as we were about to come up and interview people. Should we move on? We'll move on to the next.
I can take her for now. Okay, yeah. I just
So
want
look,
to
we were
show
literally about to interview somebody, and then a dog attacks their dog,
Oh no.
and that one's ruined.
I'll go back to them.
That's a pity. That's a pity.
They are. That's a poodle.
Yes.
Bruce is just like taking off.
Oops. Thank you. Oh. Thank you.
Oh, how sweet. That was so cute. He's got you going in a minute.
This is fun right here. How are you? Good. So my name is Bruce. I'm a lawyer, actually, a Massachusetts lawyer, but we're affiliated with Two Leaves in a Pod, a great YouTube channel. And
Hi.
for their coverage of the Karen Reed, I'm down here talking to some people. So what's your name?
What are you calling?
And where are you from?
I'm from Charlton, Massachusetts.
Oh, not too far from here. Okay.
A little bit of a ride.
How many
Not too bad.
how many days have you been coming?
This is my first.
Oh,
It's my first time actually coming here, but I have followed both trials since day one,
right.
before they even became trials. Because Turtle Boy, you know, he used to be a teacher up at Shepherd Hill, taught my daughter.
No kidding.
Yeah, so we
And
know
he's the
him.
one who really created the
And
awareness
he
of
started the story. And so-
of the apparent railroading.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. And so why today did you come for the first time?
Felt like I had to.
Yeah.
I just to me this felt like part of history and justice, and I just felt like I had to be here, show my support.
Now, obviously, you believe she's innocent.
Absolutely.
And what's what makes you that convinced?
Because if you're telling the truth, you don't need to lie, and a lot of lies have been told.
Yeah.
Too many loopholes.
There are a couple of the more glaring
Sure.
holes in the case that convinced you.
No one's ever been able to actually produce the real dog, Chloe. I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure the rehomed owners would say, "Hey, we're going to show
What are you
these
trying to
people.
hide?
What are you trying to hide? This is Chloe. Chloe's not around anymore.
And
Rest in peace, Chloe.
Oh, we know that she's been put down.
I feel she's
Oh,
hasn't been around.
that's not a public no.
No,
fact.
no,
Okay.
it's not that's
It
my
should be.
opinion, and I just say rest
One way
in
or the
peace,
other.
Chloe, because she didn't deserve that. She just was
I mean,
defending her family.
either she's been put down, which would raise questions why and why then, or she hasn't, and why are they not? It's almost like the Randall Shockett thing. There's only two explanations. Both of them are
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But she was missing almost immediately. So between that and then the Albert not coming out of the house, not coming right out of his house.
So many things that can't be explained.
Who would not run out of their house or run in their house to see if everybody's okay?
Gotcha.
So that's just showing me it's just not right.
And this is your
It's not
daughter?
right. Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah.
You were a student of
Aiden Carney, yes.
Carney.
I think it's Carney.
Carney, Turtle Boy, who's the journalist who really this whole thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Karen Reed.
Yeah, free Karen Reed. Oh my God, Bruce, don't fall.
Buddy.
Hi.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
You.
Wait a minute. You guys twins?
No,
You're Jackie.
I'm Jack. She's Jackie. I'm Samantha.
You're Jackie, who I met, and I didn't realize Samantha is the. That's why I'm.
That's right.
It's okay. We look a lot. How come you guys mispronounce your last name?
My father.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father.
You agree, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Benigno.
Supposed to be Benigno.
That's how I go. That's what I go by.
So Samantha and Jackie.
No,
Jackie,
that's Samantha.
Samantha's channel is called
I don't belong here.
I Don't Belong Here, and she's been doing daily, or more than one a day.
Well, I've been doing videos and then
And lives.
lives.
Yep.
Yeah, lives, as much as I can, but I'm very busy.
Where are you from?
New York City.
And how long have you been in Dedham for this?
So we just got here today,
Oh.
but I've been
I
here a
live
few
in
times
Pittsfield.
before.
Yeah, you've done some live coverage before. First trial too.
First trial, yeah.
Yeah, you were here covering that too. You were covering those way back.
So
to the
no,
first trial.
so I didn't start covering. I started watching at the beginning of last trial, and then because it was so intense, I was
Right.
like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this again, I need an outlet. Like I need to scream and yell somewhere. And that's how I started. The show.
Yeah,
I
right.
just couldn't.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Hi.
So we're on 2 leaves in a pod. LEES instead of P's, 2 leaves in a pod.
Hi, how are you?
That's exciting.
And so Lisa Lee and her cousin Kendra Lee are the 2 Lees, and Kendra Lee has been following it very closely and giving updates. She's in
Excellent.
California though,
Okay, beautiful.
and I've been recently really digging into it in years. Some of the more excellent coverage,
Thank
I
you.
must say.
Thank you. Got to get the word out.
Now-
Got to get the word out.
What do you think is the most compelling hole in the case that just? I mean, there's several, but like
Oh my God.
the 2 or 3 that rise above that. It's
think
like
that-
she proves her innocence, basically.
Yeah, I think the medical evidence. He was not hit by a car, and I just don't see how we get past that. The injuries do not line up with a car accident.
What did you think of the judge not allowing La Posada to opine about dog bites?
I thought that was embarrassing for her, particularly after the 50 minutes her credentials. Was it the following day or immediately following her denying the dog?
And she had said she'd seen 50 or 100 dog bites and autopsies, as if she doesn't want to see autopsies.
She was like the most credentialed person the world has ever seen. She was my favorite witness, honestly, so far. Because she changed everything for us. She gave us the motive for the people in the house.
Right.
He was dead instantly. There was no hypothermia. Nobody left him out in the snow. He was already dead.
All right, I don't want you to say it if you don't want to commit, but who do you think actually killed John O'Keefe?
I mean, my opinion is that Brian
Higgins wants to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brian Albert was involved because of the dog. I think the dog got out.
Yeah.
And so he got involved.
Okay, so the theory is that O'Keefe was like, "Yeah, you're calling me, you want to fight over my girl? Let's do it." And he goes to the house. She doesn't want to be. Like, you're an asshole for.
I don't think they knew until he got there. I don't think they had any idea.
Yeah.
I think when they get there,
He didn't
John
see him
has
screaming
the-
at him on the video,
I
the
think he did,
micro
but I
dots
don't
video.
think- I don't think he got it. I think he just thought, whatever. Like, 'cause you
Okay,
see the way
and he
John,
wanted to
like,
go back and
dancing.
hang out with
Exactly.
drink, but he wasn't even like good friends with them.
I think he wanted to try to be
accepted by
wanted to
Brian
be-
Albert. Brian Albert, the most powerful man in Cannes. Sorry.
O'Keefe lived in Canada,
Yeah.
actually. Okay.
No. Yes, O'Keefe. Yes, lived in Canada. Right. Right.
So he goes in and Higgins is like, punches him in the eye. He falls back,
Well,
bangs his head.
Yeah. So I think they got
Everybody
into a
there
fight,
is
right,
now
John?
there. They're all going to get some criminal charge and participation.
No,
Unless one of
no.
them says, I saw it happen right now.
No, wait
I'm
a
going to
minute.
the police.
So I don't think the
The
people.
younger crew was
I don't
not.
think the people in the house knew. People in the house did not know about it because there's reasons for that. Like if you go back and you watch Higgins' testimony,
Doesn't mean they
very,
wouldn't
very
be
carefully-
charged with something or
Well, they
prosecuted.
could be, but I don't think at that time. I don't think they knew, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But that would take me a long time to try to explain.
So they're protecting the kid, the
The
teenager,
kid, that's right.
several
Protecting
cops,
Colin
their
and-
wives.
That's right.
they could sacrifice one innocent person.
Right, because like especially with these charges, right? Like it's true. Even though Brian Allen wasn't a murderer, once he covers it up, he's charged with the same way.
And even if they get through 2 trials, even 2 tongues or not guilty, it'd be so much more difficult to prosecute anybody else. They would just throw up their arms.
Yeah.
So like even if they knew they could never get her conviction, the question is that was there probable cause? Prosecutors have different ethical rules to follow than non-prosecuting lawyers. There's special rules for prosecutors too within the Code of Professional Conduct, and they have to be convinced in their mind that this person is guilty if they're going to devote their powerful resources to this. It doesn't seem that that's likely here, and what are the repercussions? Probably none.
Probably not. Well, Morrissey's got there's got to be because Brian. I mean, this is big, right? But to me, Michael Morrissey has to be covering for the Alberts, and I don't know why.
If she's acquitted, she would have standing in the law to bring a malicious prosecution. You have to have the prior underlying proceeding terminate in your favor, and if that were an acquittal, that would satisfy that element. She would have standing to bring a malicious prosecution claim, but it would be a very hard standard to meet.
Wow.
You have to prove actual malice. Well, if you could prove, probably you have to prove what really happened, that they knew what really happened, and that they covered it up exactly as appears, but with without all the proof.
I think that personally, like Higgins, I think well, he was part of the murder.
Remember, you're speaking to the world here.
Sorry.
You have to whisper.
Sorry. I think that he has remorse.
I feel bad.
I think he feels bad. I think, yeah.
Well, then step up and be a man.
Right. Yeah.
This truth shall set you free.
I think like it is going to be a movie, so don't get me wrong. I guess it is a movie,
But it's real life.
it's real life. And if you put yourself in the shoes, I've lived in almost this exact town. I know these, like, I understand this whole scenario, like, and we all should have.
You lived in Canton?
Not Canton. I lived in Somerville for 10 years. I have a.
But you're originally from New York?
I live in New York.
Originally born and raised?
We're originally from Jersey, outside.
And we were raised in the Berkshires in Western Massachusetts.
Right.
And that's where I currently live. I currently live in Western.
We live up in north of Boston now, on the Orange Line. But I'm originally
I used to live at the end on Oak Grove. I used to live.
Oh.
That's where we live.
Yeah.
Oak Grove.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was my spot.
All right, listen, we're gonna go talk to other people.
Yeah, go for
Keep
it.
up the good work,
Yeah.
and I want to talk to you more about. I could do some analysis on legal stuff on your channel.
I would love that.
If you like legal talking
That would
head,
be awesome.
lawyer talking head.
That'd be amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you so
So when
much.
I bumped into you, I thought.
And so everybody, really into it. It's a compliment.
Hey, Kendra.
Hey.
Bruce is walking the street. He's walking around. Yeah, it's Bruce.
Was Kendra out there?
Kendra just got here. Yeah, Kendra's here. He's interviewing people outside that want to talk.
Who's doing the camera holding for him?
Toma, his wife.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. She can hear me?
Yes.
I just don't want to use it too much.
Everyone's saying hi, Gabe.
Oh, hello.
Kendra, did we wake you up?
I'm homeless because I got rained out.
There she is talking.
We got to get that woman who he was just talking to, Samantha, her channel. I know they said it, but I want to go over it again and get her channel again.
Calling me.
No, I'm not talking.
Cool signs, freedom, but REAGR. Can we ask you some questions live on YouTube? No, okay, no problem. No problem.
Hi, Doreen. Hi, Swanee Angel. Hey, Jared. Hi, Shelbel.
Feeling it out.
I got here.
Hi.
Live on YouTube. Can we ask questions? You? What's your name? Me? My name is Bruce. So we're on a channel called Two Leads in a Pod. That's the name of the YouTube channel. So why are you here today? You're interested in the Karen Reed case.
I'm interested in how deeper it runs.
Speak loud.
I am just upset with the corruption in general.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And how many times have you come to be here?
Most of this second time.
Is that right? Most of the days you've been here? Yeah. And you're convinced she's innocent?
Evidence doesn't show otherwise.
I agree.
Especially with the x-rays they did.
The no bones broken in the arm or anywhere in the whole body.
I mean, it's kind of like beating our heads against the wall, saying it. Was on the wall.
Right. Okay.
And it wasn't given to us. They had it.
Now, what did you think of the judge's rulings about the expert on the dog bites?
Curious.
Yeah.
Curious as to what it is that has.
Understood.
It has to be something, and it must go deeper.
You think something smells bad?
Oh, it goes really deeper.
Yeah.
The DA's office should be questioned thoroughly.
Yeah, and who's going to do it?
I wish it could be us.
Yeah.
Apparently, if it could, we would. But
Thank you very much, Colleen. Colleen, right?
yes.
Thanks.
What's that?
The lady said around here.
Yeah, we'll find her. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
That's cool.
Line.
I pretty much got it.
Wow, the walker. Yeah, we did it.
And the weather is amazing today.
I love how he's just reaching back to like grab you.
Well, we're crossing where we shouldn't be.
Are you jaywalking?
Yep.
What means jaywalking?
When you're crossing in the street and not in the crosswalk.
How is the dog?
So this was our aborted interview earlier because the dog had a little speck.
You should see the outfit of this cutest dog.
Aww.
Hello.
So we're on a YouTube live channel called Two Leads in a Pod, like two in a pod, but Leads L-E-E-D. And my name is Bruce. I'm an attorney in Massachusetts. And live not too far, and so we're doing this. So you guys are here for the first day, or you've been first time you've come?
Yeah.
Today, how come today you came?
Hoping for a verdict
All right, but you've been following it?
full time.
What are your names if you don't mind first names?
I'm Cheryl. I'm Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Cheryl.
Mimi.
I'm
Hi.
Megan. I'm Megan.
Cheryl, Debbie, and
Hi,
Megan. And where are you from? How far away?
I'm in Millbury.
Cutie boy.
Okay, so
We're so gorgeous.
right.
Yeah.
And you've been following it on like different internet channels, different YouTube channels.
Yeah. And first time around, I followed it on Brandy Search.
On who?
Brandy Search. Well,
Okay.
followed her just because she was unbiased.
Yeah.
So I liked watching it. And then once I realized that she was innocent, I started following Jess Machado and
Definitely.
Eden. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Have you? Now I've been watching a lot of different YouTube coverage, channels covering it. Have you come across anyone that even remotely doubts that she's innocent? The one that's like, maybe she's guilty, and here's why I think. Yeah, have you come across one like that?
Yeah.
Who? John DePietro? And tell me more, because I'm not familiar.
I don't. Some kind of him and Turtle Boy kind of have a thing, I guess.
But this John DePietro is
Turtle Boy.
she's guilty.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is anybody else? Does he have a YouTube channel covering the case?
I don't know. He's in there every week.
I see. Okay. Oh, maybe so. He's probably well known.
Yeah.
Like a newspaper reporter. Or,
I think so.
I got you.
Or he's always on live.
That would be different though. I'm thinking of like youth because there's got to be 50 YouTubers regularly covering this, like through the.
It depends who you get, but they're never
A sizable audience.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, your name again is Megan. And what are your thoughts on the whole case? And what makes you so convinced?
The body, the X-rays, nothing shows that she's
The obvious things, like the things that make it obvious that she's innocent, right? What do you think of the dog bite?
They're obviously some sort of animal. So
I mean, if a 12-year-old kid is shown a picture and says, "What do you think this is?" I bet 99% of it would say, "Oh, it kind of looks like dog bites." You know.
It definitely looks like dog bites.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to come back tomorrow?
Thank you.
Verdict today?
I'm going to work tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Well, give it a try.
Watch it. Definitely be watching. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Lisa,
Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Hey. Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes.
We should have Bruce ask one of them who is their favorite witness on the defense.
Who is their favorite witness on the defense, Bruce?
What's that?
Yeah.
They asking who is their favorite witness on the
Have
defense.
you been following the case closely?
I have been.
What's your name?
My name is Susan.
Susan.
Nice.
My name is Bruce.
Bruce, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And we're on the Two Lees in a Pod YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. How are
So-
you guys?
Susan, how long? How many times have you been coming down?
Well, I've only come once last year recovering from a knee replacement,
Yeah.
but I was able to watch every minute of the trial before, during, and after. And because I have the knee replacement, I'm working 7 days a week, but I took today off so I could be here today.
Just hoping for the verdict.
I hope so.
Gotcha. So one question that somebody asked, especially someone knowledgeable about the case like yourself, who is your favorite defense witness?
There's a couple.
More than
The
one is
medical
okay.
examiner,
La
Howard,
Posada.
La Posada, Lucky.
Oh,
Lucky
Lucky. Who
Lucky.
doesn't love Lucky?
and Sergeant Barrows.
Remind me, what was Sergeant Barrow's
He's
testimony?
a police officer from Dayton, and he saw that the taillight was not completely smashed when they came to Dayton to pick up Karen's car from her parents' house.
And so the suspicion, the conspiracy of there being a railroading a sub is that this time, the wildly long time in the Sally Port with Proctor and his supervisor.
Well, there were a lot of people in there, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but they were in there a long
they were
time.
there a long time.
And they're like, "Oh boy, we got to make it look like she hit him, boom, 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 break the tail."
That's what we think.
That seems
That's
to
what we
me.
think. I also think they took some of those pieces, put them in the Stop and Shop bag with the sweatshirt, shook it up, and that's how they found them 3 months later in his sleeve.
Did that come out? Is that one of the theories offered in the trial about shaking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pieces on the.
And what's the explanation though if she was in fact reversing 24 miles an hour? You know,
I don't actually think she was. You have Jen McCabe saying she was constantly looking out the window for them.
but didn't the computer data in the car show
Yeah, but
sudden reversal?
Was it when she was on the tow truck? We don't really know because these guys were not credible.
Right. The point is, if she reversing 24 miles an hour because she was angry and was just hitting the gas and she didn't hit anybody, it's no different than if she did it, slowly and calmly.
Exactly.
And there's no evidence, apparently, at least in your view, that she hit anybody.
Correct. And then you have Higgins in the first trial saying he was parked right there in front of the mailbox. Well, how did Karen back up if he was there?
Okay, so tell me, tell Two Lees in the pod audience, Susan's, if you're right, this is what happened.
Oh, I'm right. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to be sued. But the people in the house probably blindsided John out of nowhere. A couple of punches. Apparently, I guess he fell back. Originally, I thought he might have been hit in the back of the head with a weight, but apparently he must have fallen back. The dog also attacked him at the same time. They all panicked. Instead of calling 911, they're all first responders.
And what do you think what's your theory as to all the surrounding circumstances and context going back to the bar? And, explain why you believe what you believe.
Well, I believe what I believe because Brian Albert has a history of beating other first responders while drinking.
Mhm.
There's one case when he was a rookie, I believe, of a cab driver downtown Boston, and then 3 other cases that have been documented, but he was
And
never.
wasn't he
held
also
accountable.
given a good plea deal on some issue, some criminal matter?
Well,
I
his
forget.
brother, I don't know about
Not
that,
him, his
but
brother.
his brother did have a hit and run, and someone was
Hit and run.
killed.
His brother.
Judge Canoni's brother represented
I got you. I know there was some entanglement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of entanglement.
What's your understanding of what happened with the first trial verdict slip that got so screwed up?
Well, I'm afraid it's going to happen again, but a couple of things. The verdict slip, which Bev refused to, you know, adjust to something more understandable. But also, Lally was so boring. I think the jury.
Well, no, I want to talk about the jury because they remember after the fact it came
Yes,
out
I
that the
do.
jury was
Yeah.
confused and they wanted to acquit her on which charge?
I believe 1 and 2. I believe
The main ones.
The main ones, yeah.
And
But
yet
there was no not guilty slot, so I don't know what they were supposed to do,
Right.
and apparently they didn't either.
I got you. But later on, they came out that we thought we were trying to acquit her on at least some of those charges or
Yeah.
something. I don't remember all the details. I figured you probably know better. Okay.
Well, yeah, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
But hopefully, less, witnesses, more paying attention. We feel like there was a plant on the jury last time,
Really.
and we're worried that it might be as well this time.
Well, thank you for speaking with us.
Pleasure.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
Love her.
Bye. Thank you. Whoops.
Where'd we go?
Again. Very good. Very good.
Someone was asking where you were, Kendra, so I was just showing. But let me get a better.
We'll go through it.
I have
Yeah.
a good layout there. One sec.
Can we full
Whoops.
screen Bruce like when we're selling?
Well, I tried to, but he is actually full screen. How do I get out of here? Now I am. He is actually full screen, but his camera for some reason is not. Why am I just here? Hold on. There we go. His camera is showing it like that.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's why you couldn't see us, because I made him solo and we disappear. Oh. Hey, Nine Chins. Oh, thank you, Stacy. So Bruce is our man on the street. He's doing a great job.
Yeah. Who here thinks Carrie is innocent? Does anybody think she's guilty?
Now they're gonna make us leave.
Yeah. Survey done.
Uh-oh, you causing trouble, Bruce.
So hot in here.
Pick anybody else. Don't do that.
Folks are watching.
Sorry. Which TV?
Oh, I saw him on another channel before. He's on Court TV, I believe.
It's intense. Yeah. I know. I know.
That is now
Bud Light. That's as big as I can make him, guys. I think it's his camera.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm fucking.
Thank you.
It's so funny. He asked me to cover a job today, and he got on his way for
Tell him it looks like more and more people are showing up.
More and more are coming.
Yeah.
With all that stuff.
exactly. Love their sign.
Just Yeah, trust science, not storytelling. That's right. Oh, did you lose them?
That's fine. They will find me. Or I will find them.
Oh, there's another reporter right there. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a lot of reporters out there today.
a lot. Another one.
You keep talking and stuff, and I'll go line up another interview and tell someone when I have.
You guys can do it all you
All
want.
right.
Just in the buffer zone. Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
remove
Thank
them
you for
off.
letting us know. Yep.
What did they say? You were in a buffer zone?
Like,
Yeah, I know. I see.
Buff zone is.
That zone, like
Yeah.
next to the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Look at this doggy.
Oh, it's fine.
You also
Yeah.
support Karen Reed? Yeah.
Oh, look at the doggies. Hello.
Sorry, it's just so cute.
I wasn't coming. I saw this.
So, oh my glasses. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well, it's pretty much you've seen the whole scene. It is quite a media circus, and everyone just enjoying the weather. It's a beautiful day, hoping for a verdict. But the longer it goes on, the more scary it becomes.
Yeah, it looks like more and more people are showing up.
Well, just no. I mean that the jury would be having,
Trouble coming to a
difficulty.
conclusion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My head.
Like, if they don't come back in today, people, I think, will start to stress a little bit. If they don't come back tomorrow, people are really going to be anxious.
Is that Kendra?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kendra
Oh, I
came.
didn't realize. Can we get somebody and then you can talk to them? You can ask them questions because you're more.
They don't hear.
Oh, but you can. She can ask. Tell you. Okay. Yeah, you'll ask more intelligent questions than I will.
You've
Well,
been
let's
doing
see.
a pretty good job, Bruce.
Well, here I'm gonna
Yeah.
get Tom on the phone. I'm gonna go find somebody who'll talk to us.
All
Yeah,
right.
probably right in front of you, those people. Yeah, okay.
Kendra's always got questions.
Now I have none. My mind's a blank.
Right?
It's kind of like, you know what everybody's going to say in a way because they're there.
Yeah.
But I do
I
want
haven't even slept yet, so I wasn't sure you were going to come on. I'm like, she's probably still sleeping. I haven't even slept yet. And I still have to go file something. I'm going to be shot tonight.
Gary wakes me up when he leaves.
Oh, okay, so I wasn't sure if you were awake or not. Yeah, no, Stacy, I haven't slept yet. I've been awake. I tried to, and then I ended up waking right up again.
Mostly, it's like 90% women. I want to find a guy to interview.
You just realized that, right?
Show us something about the court stuff. Our court stuff? Nah, don't stress. Yeah, I had a lot to do. I had to put a motion together. I had to print it out. I actually had to call the court today to make sure I was doing something properly. And there's a lot of that. But
Bruce.
good news at the same time.
Bruce,
One thing.
what about
That's okay.
Like if I had.
They're here for Sandra Richmore, whoever that is.
Oh, Sandra Birchmore.
How are you? The obligatory person in a MAGA hat.
That's right. Her brother's.
Oh yeah, we'll find somebody on this end. We haven't done that.
Yeah. Here, Bruce. Bruce. Hi. Hello.
You're the one who's in the courtroom.
Yes.
Can we do an interview with you?
Sure.
All right. Okay, what's your name?
Chrissy.
Bruce.
Hi, Bruce. Nice to meet
So
you.
we're on two leaves in a pod.
Oh, okay.
Yes, like two peas in a pod, but leaves.
Better.
All right. And the hosts are Lisa Lee and Kendra Lee. They're both on. And Kendra has been following this like way longer than I have. And so she's going to have more intelligent questions for you. But first, let me ask a couple questions. So where are you from?
Weymouth, Massachusetts.
Oh, so how far do you drive?
About 25 minutes.
No, not far.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
And how many days? Oh, you say you were in the courtroom how many times?
Pre-trial, many times, the whole time, every
first-
time, yeah.
Not this trial.
Pre-trial.
Yep.
And then I went in with Karen in the first trial.
And what
And
about
I've
this
been
trial?
here, I've just been a spectator.
You've been here every day, like 30 something
No,
days?
not every day. I got a new job. I'm a nurse at Boston Medical.
Congratulations.
Let's not put that in, but.
I'm an employment lawyer, if you ever.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I work in trauma. And now I work doing a new position, but for many years I worked in trauma, which is why I got involved in the first place.
You can relate to a lot of the science that you're seeing.
I saw the autopsy photos and that was all I needed to see.
Tell me your name again, I forget.
Chrissy.
Chrissy. All right, and so tell us, your, Kendra, two into very closely following, people can have an intelligent conversation. What does
I was
Kendra want
going
to
to ask her, at what point did she believe that Karen Reed was innocent?
Oh, right when I saw, so I didn't know Turtle Boy prior to, but he really exposed the case. The only reason I was watching Turtle Boy was because there was a Weymouth police officer in my town that was shot, and he was spotlighting that. And my kids knew unfortunately, they went to school with the boy who shot Officer Chestnut. So we were close to the case, and I started watching
Right.
Turtle Boy, and very shortly after Chestnut, out came Karen Reed, and Turtle Boy posted the autopsy photos like very early on, and that was all it took.
So you happened to be following his coverage of a different story.
Correct.
And then suddenly this caught your eye just because you happened to be watching him and it spilled over.
The autopsy
Yeah.
photos.
It's kind of like me with Larry Foreman. I was trying to talk to him about my macaroni and cheese case, and then I noticed he was covering this What the Hales case just by accident.
Right.
That's why I give him the credit for bringing me into it. So,
Which one of the defense
go ahead,
witnesses,
Kendra. And maybe
one of
Chris
the
will ask you a
defense
question.
was the strongest witness for defense, do you think?
Definitely the ARCA, but I think the Commonwealth, to be honest, and how poor of a delivery they've done. That, the strongest thing for me is being a first responder, instant feeling to run to a situation, it's like a no-brainer. You can ask any one of these officers when there's something happening, somebody's hurt or something's going on, I can't stop. I have to go. And to find out that Brian Albert, who was a big Boston detective, didn't go out of his house. That was,
What's their story that they were sleeping soundly?
that's a bunch of BS.
Right, but that's their story, right?
That's their story. They were up all night partying, and see, I hear something and I'm automatically drawn to please God, let everybody be all right, and I feel a pull.
Who do you think lied on the witness stand, if anybody?
If anybody, Brian Higgins. Michael Proctor.
John McCabe.
In this trial only. Okay.
So Brian Higgins didn't testify?
No, I think.
What are your thoughts on John McCabe?
Kelly Dever was horrible. I mean, she was wonderful for the defense.
Kendra, you have questions?
Into changing her story
I
and
do
claiming
not.
that
She didn't appear to be an intimidating or an intimidated type of person.
Well, no. This trial, she said that she didn't see them in the Sally Port. That it was a false memory.
What is the false memory? I mean, does she have dementia? She's a young girl. Are you serious?
But you believe she was lying?
100%. 100%.
That was Jen McCabe, right?
Why?
Because you believe she had a meeting with the commissioner and he threatened her?
Because
Kelly, okay.
Do the right thing?
she was lying. Yeah, I mean, I know Karen's innocent. I
Again,
Well, I'm asking, what do you think motive is for Kelly Dever to lie on the witness stand if she was lying?
Cover the thin blue line. And listen, I backed the balloon. Michael Chestnut, when he was shot, my heart was broken.
But the thin blue line has to be crossed when it comes to covering up murder, doesn't it?
Well, it does not, and it should not. There's some things in life that you just can't be a part of.
That's what I mean. You must cross the blue line to uncover murder,
yeah.
not maintain the
When
silence.
somebody is harmed, I was the one. Oh, they couldn't have done wrong. They, just hold your hands on the steering wheel and answer. But that's how I felt until now. And I have a lot of friends who are Boston police, and they all know. They know she's innocent, and they just can't talk about it now. So this is over.
Right.
You'll hear the Boston police coming out. You'll hear the Matzkin police. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones. Well, not a lot. I don't want to believe that.
If she's acquitted, do you think that they'll go after anybody else, or if she's found, if there's a hung jury, do you think they'll continue to go after her?
I don't think they can try this case again. No, they've made an absolute debauchery of themselves, and I don't believe that they can try this case again. Not on my tax dollars. I mean, if you think the crowd's here now, oh.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chrissy, thank you.
Thank you.
You're really knowledgeable about yourself. We appreciate it.
I told you it would be.
I want to find a man to interview. There's so many. It's like 95%
There's
women.
bearded guy in pink shirt. Yeah, diagonally.
A gentleman named Brian. Yeah.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope the truth gets out. That's all.
It will.
Yeah. Somebody who's been
Yes.
for a while.
Bruce! Somehow men refuse to have this Q&A.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot more people there.
See, and luck.
Is Bruce wearing a pink Thule shirt? No, he's not, Mo.
Two leaves in a pod is the name of the YouTube channel. So 2 peas in a pod except leaves, L-E-E-S. So would you mind? All right. So you're here because you're interested in the Karen Reed trial, obviously. Like how many times have you been coming down?
I've been coming to this is my first time coming to the court, but I've done a handful of more Karen Reed stand-ups.
A handful of.
Karen Reed stand-ups.
Oh, I got you. You know the locations.
Yes, locations.
Gotcha. And today you came. Because you're hoping for the verdict to be here for the verdict.
Yes.
And how far did you come?
I came from Abington.
Get some nail polish remover and remove this
About a
from
half.
my arm.
You got it.
What do you think of this team?
Do you have nail
It's a
polish
great
remover?
thing.
Yeah,
A lot of
Am I
passion,
interrupting something?
a lot of people believe in her, including me. And
What makes you so convinced?
Excuse me.
several
folks.
things.
Give us the main ones that are just like obviously she's innocent.
Well, scientifically in the physics, I don't. I think science and the body injuries don't add up. I think that those are dog bites. So I don't think there's a plastic taillight popped up gone down like that.
Right.
That
to me is one of the big ones. There's the arm and the injuries on the arm.
Right.
Does he have
you
an
look at it,
idea
and without-
of? Does he have an idea of what he thinks did happen?
I bet most people would say that. Like,
Hold on. Can you ask Bruce?
what's that?
Does he have an
idea
idea?
of what he thinks happened?
Oh, so are you willing to say what your theory of what actually occurred happened? Go ahead. Let's go. You can give as much detail as you like too.
Okay, so what I obviously it's a theory.
Start with the bar. Go ahead.
So the bar, I definitely do believe he was that Brian Higgins was coaching him come along. I don't think they planned to murder John at all. But that I think what happened was there's tension there. There was flirtation back and forth with Karen and Brian, and they all had too much to drink. And then they decided to go back, and John did make that decision. Well, John and Karen went there, and then I think that he got out, he went in, Sharon waited for him, like she said, 5-10 minutes or whatever it was to wave out to come back in or not. But I think then that they got into some kind of argument
within those first few minutes.
Okay.
She was waiting.
Yes. I think that they got into a fast argument or somebody threw something, or then it's Brian Albert and Brian Higgins right there and the dog. And whoever, and the fight happened, and then somebody, either he fell and hit something on his head or somebody cracked him over the back of the head. And then they were in too far and they couldn't get themselves out. And they panicked and they didn't call for help. And that's my point.
And then what do you think about everybody else in the house? Because there were what, like, I don't know, 11?
Well, yeah. So I think that when they went into the house, he could have broke, because of the way the kitchen is off of that front door, that they could have broke left and not everybody saw him. That's just a maybe. But even if they did, I think that he may have went downstairs into the basement and then it all transpired from there, and they still didn't see all what happened. But then that happens, and then no one comes out of the house. No one sees him. No one from that crew at all. No one. And Lucky Loughran goes by 2 different times. Nothing. Very convincing. No, there's just, it's just, no.
What do you think
He's innocent.
they decided to, stage the scene after it happened? Do you think they were worried about everybody else that was in the house being, sucked into the criminal charges just because they were there, and they wouldn't be able to prove that they didn't help, lure him in or something? I don't know. I mean,
I think so. I think that if you don't know the case fully, and you didn't listen at all in the first trial, or you just listen to the news, and you didn't invest in it, because there's a lot going on here, right? I think that people find it very, including a relative of mine, finds it very hard to believe that you can get that many people to be quiet, and the conspiracy is to have that many people be quiet. I said, you know what, they did blow it, because they said different things in the testimony with the FBI than they did here in the trial. So all they didn't do is just say all they had to do was keep one thing. So he didn't come in the house.
right.
That's all they had to say.
Right.
So
Who do you think was the worst witnesses in terms of exposing the railroad? Like, who's more obvious, lying and
Jennifer Kidd.
everybody's
He's a liar. Yeah. And and then she convinced Kerry Roberts with the timeline. And then we saw the corrupt cops, Proctor and Buchanan, and the others just go right in line with them. And then I do want to say one more thing. And also, I thought this time they put on a different defense, and we saw what Devers had to do. So Kelly Devers, and we saw what happened there. And then you see the difference between Barrows and Dighton. So you see what a real cop. So Devers, I don't think Devers. Oh yeah, Devers. Did she? Yeah, she was on. Did Devers try on the first?
Maybe not, but what did she say originally?
So she originally said to the cops that she found it wildly crazy that Higgins and I'm forgetting the Canton supervisor. They were in the Sally port with the vehicle for that amount of time when he's being looked as possible.
And that fits the theory that it was a cover up. How? So if they were in there a long
because
time,
that gives them time to whack out the tail.
Whack out the tail. I didn't say that it was broken in the
correct. And even in the first trial, when
the second trial with Kelly Devers.
In the second trial, she then basically said that she had a memory that was not true. She flipped it, and then we found out also that she met with the commissioner of police, who said, "Do the right thing. Do the right thing."
And what is your conclusion, if you're willing to say, from all that about Kelly
Do
Devers?
the right thing means is protect the blue wall.
And you think that she was remembering and lying this time, that she didn't remember?
That is correct.
She did remember, but lied.
That's exactly how I feel. Yes, she was combative. She didn't want to be there. And
Ask Kendra if she has any questions. What's your first name again?
Jason.
Jason. He's obviously very.
Kendra, do you have a question?
What were his thoughts about the men from Arca?
Once again?
Say it.
What were his thoughts about the men from Arca?
The men from Arca?
I thought they did a really good job. I thought better this round than last. They did another experiment on vehicle with the dummy, and I felt that showed that if to prove against their fears that she did hit him with it, that the arm would shatter, break, fracture. There's no John has no abrasions or any kind of break fracture, anything below the neck. It does not, the science does not lie. It does not match the injuries.
What if this,
And I thought both gentlemen did good on cross. Very good against Hank.
what if the standard of court was hypothetically that the defendant is presumed guilty unless you prove their innocence
Correct.
beyond a reasonable doubt? What would your verdict be in this case?
I think Hank, so to be fair, I think Hank did a better job than why am I forgetting
Lally.
Lally, thank you.
Lally.
I think he did a better job than Lally, but they did not. I don't even think they proved it. I think there's doubt all over.
Are you
Are
convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that she's actually innocent, or are you just not convinced that she's guilty?
No, I'm convinced beyond a reasonable doubt she's innocent.
That's what I was asking. Well, thank you,
Sorry.
Jason. Really, I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so
Is this going
much.
to be on?
Well, it's live now, and you can
Okay.
watch it on replay later. Just go
What's the name of it again? LLC?
Two Lees, Lees, in a pod.
YouTube leads in a pod.
Two Lees in a pod on YouTube.
Okay. Thank you
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Good talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, people are so friendly too. Willing to talk and tell what they think.
So I guess we'll, I mean, we can walk around more and stuff, but I don't know. Do you want to keep going?
Sure, if you want to. I know that I have to get to the post office by a certain time, so.
I mean, if there comes any kind of a word of a potential verdict while we're here, I'll let you know, and we'll get live. As the word comes, and everybody will freak out live. But I'm not,
No.
sure that'll happen today.
They have to remain quiet, correct? They're still
Yeah, I
under-
made a mistake earlier. I came to the front of this registry of deeds and did a quick survey. Who thinks she's innocent? And everyone, yeah. And then somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, you can't do that though."
Oops. Bruce is causing trouble on the street. So, Bruce, are you going to be around there all, for the majority of the day? Or?
Yeah, I mean, because it's such a lovely day. I think we'll and it's a really nice town too. We can places to go and walk around and eat and stuff. So yeah, we can hang out and I'll open my laptop, get a couple things done somewhere. But if it doesn't happen today, I don't know that we'll come back.
Right.
But at least we can hold out till about 4:00 or so, I think.
All right, that sounds good. All right, guys. Well, here you have it. Bruce and Toma on the street at the Karen Reed verdict watch. If any more news happens, we'll be back. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So then we'll be back. Bye, Toma. Bye, Bruce.
Bye.
Go eat some lunch.
I'm leaving.
Bye. Bye, guys. Wow. So, they're gone. Oh, it's me and Kendra. Boom. Hey. So that was cool, huh?
Yeah, it's easy to talk to these people because you just have to say one thing and they just start talking and telling you, what parts were strong for them, what parts were meaningful for them. And, you can't get a word in edgewise there with Bruce as it is, but.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's good because these people have been following and they get to, actually give their opinions. You know what I mean? I mean, they're invested in it, you know? So, like a lot of people online are.
Points on either side that usually is what I've noticed in watching everybody brings up is a lot of people revert to trial one, which is fine, but you're not supposed to for this trial because a lot of the information was not given out again this time. So like we have to act like we don't know Brian Higgins. He did not go up on the stand this time. Brian Albert did not go up on the stand this time. There's a lot of these very strong people. Colin Albert, another one. So if we
as you know, I didn't watch the first trial. So I'm just going by what I did see and know from you from this trial. Because every time I went to watch it, all I saw was the damn fan. But from what I saw, though, it was just like there's reasonable doubt right there. Like, why is this even happening? Every time.
So a lot of people would mention like the science of it and the experts of the science. And I know it's hard I don't want to put them on the spot and like throw out direct names like, Dr. Welcher and Dr. Wolf. I don't know if they
Right.
know that or not, so I don't want to like, make them feel any kind of dumb way. But
Right.
that's why I said the guys from ARCA, because that
Right.
way we don't have to worry about all that.
Right.
But I
Right.
know them all. I know them all. And I
Right.
know the order
Well,
of
I
them
mean,
all.
even me, I saw that one image of his arm, right? And I mean, you could clearly tell that's a dog. You got holes from the teeth right in the center, and you have claw scratches on both sides of that. I mean, you could totally tell. He
Right. But
got him, and
in
he,
this
and he tried.
trial, Bev made a ruling. And again, we don't really know why because there was no good legal reason why, but Bev just decided you could not say dog or dog bite. So it had
Why?
to be, well, because Aunt Bev said. And so if the witness you ended up saying it, you could talk back to them and say that, but the lawyers would say back some kind of animal bite. And so when the expert about dog bite was up there, oh my goodness, there was so much sidebar and voir
Oh, I know. I
dire.
saw that. That I
And it,
saw. I was like, I
it
gave
got
up.
to a point where every single expert for the defense, we had to voir dire. And we did not have to do that on the other side. Like it was a constant barrage of just trying to stop them up, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
we also weren't allowed to say the word FBI.
Oh, really?
Right. So it was another agency. And like who hired ARCA initially was another agency because we couldn't say it was
Gotcha.
FBI. And so, like, in the last witness was on the stand, Alan Jackson said, "Did we hire you? Did the Commonwealth hire you? Did an insurance
Right.
agency hire you?" And they're like, "No, no, no, it was another outside agency." Okay, got it. Like, so they're trying to give as much hinting to the jury that, come on, it's FBI. FBI was involved in this case. This is the only way we can get it out, except for Kelly
Right.
Deaver's complete fuck up, you know,
Yeah.
like, but, yeah, there's just something weird about
Listen.
science, and you can't you got to follow those scientific facts, and it's hard for the Commonwealth. It's a weird thing. We have science. Sorry to
Well, you can't. Facts are facts.
Yeah,
You know.
it's too difficult for them to understand. I don't know. It's not, folks. I'll never forget one day I woke up and on my screen I'm seeing, why are we learning this? Newton's law of physics. I'm going, are we for real right now? We had to go over the laws of I'm like, yeah, you've got to be kidding me if he's going to be trying to argue this. Like this,
Right.
and a lot of scientific evidence, scientific methodology like that was literally kind of argued. Like
Yeah.
unbelievable waste of time. So much of that kind of stuff. I think the worst part of it was the data part with the phones and the key cycles in the car. I think for everybody in that courtroom
Right.
and watching was the hardest to understand it for one, but then for two to follow it, and then do we believe it, because they literally had back-to-back people arguing it back saying, no, it's not possible, they did it wrong, this was how you're supposed to do it. So you didn't know
Right.
who to believe, because it's not something common we've all grown up and learned about. Our cars and phones didn't, first of all, the phones didn't exist forever, and cars didn't have computers in them.
Right.
So it's not common knowledge to most of us. And even amongst these quote unquote experts, they couldn't come to any conclusion, an agreement about any of it. So I think that a lot of that, although very important and it sets a timeline, became something that people just can't relate to, so talk the least about.
Right.
But we all know that if you were going to go to put a car in reverse and hit the speed of 24 miles an hour in reverse, that's pretty fucking fast. I mean,
Yeah. He had no broken
that's an
bones.
insanely fast, and you're going to do that in a blizzard, and you're going to do that in the dark of night, and
Exactly. No broken bones. No broken tail light at the time.
you're going to hit somebody accurately. Like,
Mhm.
it just seemed, and he's not going to move out of the way. I mean, there's just so much about that moment that you're going, I mean, just put your car in reverse at 5 and try to hit 10. You'll freak yourself out because it's just, so to hit up to 24, steering it because it's on a curved street properly. I mean, come
And
on.
if she did, if that did, even if it happened, she would have known it. You know what I mean? Because remember, there was a point where it was like, oh my God, did I do something? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
she would
And
have
the
known.
fact that there was another car parked at the edge of that driveway in front of the house. She was in front of that car.
Right,
So the total distance to do that 24 miles an hour wasn't physically there to do.
right.
So it's just, and then, you know, whether he was holding a cocktail glass or not when he got hit or did not get hit, the fact that all those pieces of cocktail glass didn't even match up, didn't come from the same glass. I mean, it's just some
That's
simple facts
crazy.
like that. You start to go, wait, what? You know?
They so tried to cover this stuff up.
But notice how some of the people here, they mentioned like Officer Burrows, because that was the
Yeah,
one and only cop who sat on that stand and told the truth. So everybody remembers him. That's why.
right.
And he was towards the end on the defense's witness list. The last two people, the medical examiner and the final guy from ARCA, the expert,
Uh,
the biomechanical engineer, and
uh,
then the one right before the medical examiner, well, we had a private investigator get in there that took pictures and did measurements for us. And we learned that there's a side garage door that
right,
has a step that is of concrete that's kind of rigid, like a concrete step would be if it's not brand new.
right,
And the PI got up there, completely described that door and that step, measurements of the front yard, got off the stand, and we had the medical examiner sit there and say, I don't care about the mileage of the car. I don't care about the height from the bumper to the ground because the car did not hit him. A
right,
rigid, granular, straight edge, hard surface hit him, meaning the concrete step we just learned about from
right.
the
Exactly.
PI. So, like, you heard that back to back. And no matter what, the people on the stand who did not believe he was hit by a vehicle literally said the words. They did not dance around it, they didn't give innuendo. They said, he wasn't hit by a car, so I don't care about all your stats and facts over there. And they're like, you didn't even look at it. No, because my expertise is in bodies getting hit by cars, and I looked at the body and I know it didn't.
Right. See, what I
So,
don't understand is if he had, like, okay, let's say he was attacked by the dog and something happened, he fell back, he hit his head on that step, that would be considered well, obviously a dog attack, but generally an accident. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't meant, nobody, like, purposely set out to kill him or anything like that. But I think because of the massive cover up, that's not what happened. There was something else that happened.
well, my opinion is that he had a laceration over his right eye. That's indicative of a punch.
God.
Even though he had the swelling on both sides of his face around his eyes,
Uh-huh.
they were bruised equilaterally. And that's when the doctors explained the brain swelling and how it would make the face bruise completely equally for both of those sides of the eyes. However,
Right.
there's the one with the laceration that proves a punch. And so I feel like he got in there, immediate words were exchanged, and boom, the punch came in. Because remember, we have one of the men in there that had his knuckles all scraped up.
Right.
And then we have another man in there who was in a sling. He had a shoulder problem suddenly, and he also had a black eye. So, and this is like 3 days later. They posted their own pictures of this on their Instagrams, Facebooks, what have you. So, okay, these are not the brightest people, in my opinion.
Right.
And I think that there was about 3 of them standing there. The punch came through. Maybe he got in another punch back, like, hey, what the fuck? But he was holding the glass. He did just walk in the door, get off of a step. He's off his balance. Like, what is happening here? Why, you're just kind of out of it. Like, this was not what I was expecting upon opening a door. And the dog jumped in on it And he's just knocked down between his balance, between two punches coming at him, a dog jumping at him, and he falls backwards. At which point the dog got him. I think somebody tried to pull the dog off. That's why we see the scraping marks. The dog got pulled off, and then they stood back and was like, he ain't moving. Like, what happened
Yeah.
here? Because they realized they punched him probably fairly well, but not enough for him to be deathly still, which he was because of the impact of the, injury on the back of his head, which
Right.
all of the doctors have said blunt force trauma to the back of the head is what caused the death. And I believe that it happened in the garage or in the basement. Both have those same kind of steps.
Right.
And he walked in the doors, and these doors were directly into these rooms. And so he walked into one of those. And so it was pretty instant upon his arrival. That's why he didn't respond to Karen. She got pissed off, took off, went back to his house. And that was the end of it.
Yeah.
The fact that his phone made movements after he died. Yeah, because they moved the phone to put it with him when they dragged the body out front.
Alrighty, thank you, Pubs. Crazy. So,
So
do you think a verdict's going to come out today?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I don't know
know,
either.
I don't know how, juries feel. I mean, I would be torn as a jury person to be like, this is all bullshit. I know it's not guilty. I don't need to discuss shit. Let's put in our votes and get the fuck out of here. We've sat here for 3 months. But at the same time, yeah, you want it to look good, like you tried or you did a good job. But you know what?
Mhm.
I sat there every day for 8 hours. I already got it all. Like, I don't need to review it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, I
you
hope they
know,
do, because if they do, Bruce is there. You know what I mean? If they come out tomorrow, Bruce won't be there, probably, and most likely will not be there.
and I know
So
it takes at least a
hopefully,
couple hours to go over a few things they legally have to do and do things a certain
right,
way. And the jury slip is the biggest thing, and then explaining it. And it is a very complicated slip. In my opinion, only if you're finding her guilty of something. If you're finding her innocent, it's not complicated at all. You
right,
check the first
exactly,
box. Number one choice is not guilty. Check the box, read no more. You're done. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about the complications of it.
right.
So, I think them taking some time is good because there could be an uproar if they were just too fast.
True.
But look at Johnny Depp. How they didn't take very many days at all.
No, not at all.
For goodness
According
sakes,
to
there's a trial that I watched that went from a Monday to a Friday. By noon, the jury went to go and deliberate. By 3 o'clock, they were done, and the man was found guilty of murder, and it was completely acceptable. So I don't know why we always need to have long deliberations over a murder when a case
it's
like that
clear.
I
Yeah,
just watched, like, it can be that cut and dry, that simple. So, I don't know that it means anything, but it's just typical that when they take longer, it's not as good for defense.
right. Well, apparently we have somebody from our chat who's like traveling in other chats, uh, who accused me of saying that they were doing that and I didn't, but apparently they are now. They think I'm clueless. Well, I guess we'll see real soon whether I'm clueless or not.
You're
Um,
just generally clueless about
I'm
life?
generally I'm generally clueless, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we don't really care about that opinion.
Yeah, no,
But I
no,
mean,
we really don't. Sarcasm is one thing, you want to have fun in the chat, that's great. But if you're gonna go into other chats and then like bash someone, like, and talk stuff, then whatever. We don't. I don't need it. I'm certainly not clueless, and everybody will see that when they start seeing more come out of this court case. So, and that's not a court case we're talking about at the very moment. I actually have to go and take care of something in regards to that federal 2 case right now. So I'm going to have to sign off. But if there is anything that comes back in regards to the verdict, we will come right back live. Bruce is there; he's on the scene, and we'll go live again. Otherwise, I'll be back tonight with Mischief Monday, And yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I have to go take care of this before it gets too late. I'm on a time thing here. Well, Kendra, I'm glad you came on. I knew you'd enjoy this. But yeah, I got to go. You sound so tired. Yeah, I didn't sleep, but it's all right. And then I still have to take care of this. So, but it won't take me long. I just have to make sure it gets done. A lot of court stuff happened. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. A lot of court stuff happened this morning, and so I wasn't able to go to sleep because I had to make sure things were done. So anyway, guys, I hope you had fun watching Bruce talk to some people about the case, and maybe we'll be back. Maybe we won't, but tonight I will be back by 10 for Mischief Monday. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Kendra, you should come on tonight.
I'll see you. No, I'm having coffee.
Kendra twice. Getting Kendra twice in one day, I'll be like, oh my god. Shocking. Anyway, guys, thank you again, and we will talk to you soon. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. All right, don't play, Kendra. See you later, guys.